best friend married my rich boyfriend and claimed that all rich men were bad, so she took on the suffering for me. She sold all her wedding jewelry and told her husband that she gave them to me as a birthday gift. She maxed out her husband's secondary card and said that she did that to pay off the gambling debt for me. When she was pregnant, she had an affair with her husband's younger brother, resulting in a hemorrhage. She said that I was fooling around with riffraff. She kindly tried to dissuade me, but I pushed her down and caused her to miscarry. In the end, her husband sent me to the north of Burma to atone for my sins. I was humiliated to death by her lover. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day of her miscarriage. Every time Jane went on a date with her lover, she would tell her husband that she was with me. If George hadn't come to me in my previous life and scolded me for my crimes, I wouldn't know that I had experienced so much. At that moment, George's phone kept ringing. As soon as I picked up the phone, George's angry voice exploded in my ear. Nico, it's so late. Why did you keep Jane with you? I've tolerated you for a long time. Can you stop being so dependent? Do you think the whole world will serve you alone? Jane is married, and she is still pregnant. Can you stop relying on her? Don't you know how annoying you are? Are you holding a grudge because I dumped you? Jane is very ingenuous. If you use her again, don't blame me for being rude to you. Hurry up and send her back. George scolded me loudly in a bad temper. Thinking back to George's revenge in my past life and Jane and her lover's means of silencing me, I couldn't help but feel a surge of anger. George, I would tear your family apart with your own hands today. I sneered and answered happily. Jane said that she was playing poker and didn't want to go back. Why don't you come and pick her up? We're at the same hotel we always stay at. After saying that, I hung up the phone and turned it off. I didn't want to waste any more time talking to George. But soon, there was a knock on the door. When I opened the door, I was knocked back by a huge force outside the door. Before I could react, several bodyguards suddenly held me down. As for George, he walked into my house with heavy steps and looked for Jane roughly. He turned the whole room upside down, but he didn't find anything. Where is Jane? Why did you say she was playing poker at the hotel? I've been standing downstairs for a long time, and the lights in your house have been on. You haven't gone out at night. He rushed in front of me with a red face and roared. Looking at his angry face, I felt the pleasure of revenge. I raised my eyebrows and said unhurriedly, I said she was playing poker, but I didn't say she was playing poker with me. Maybe she's playing poker with your brother. Why don't you ask her? Cold light flashed in his eyes as he grabbed my hair. He said in a deep voice, don't talk nonsense. I'll ask you one last time. Where did you hide Jane? Jane's whereabouts had always been confidential. I was just her scapegoat. How could I know where she was? She's an adult with hands and feet, I said bluntly. How can I control where she goes? I'm not her mother. Not hearing the answer he wanted, George suddenly turned vicious. He let go of my hair and slapped me hard in the face, making my head buzz. I was burning with anger, but at the same time, I was looking forward to it. Was he angry just because of that? I was waiting for you to get even angrier. Seeing the stubbornness in my eyes, George patted my face rhythmically and said, do you think I can't do anything to you? As he spoke, he took out my cell phone from my pocket, turned it on, scanned the lock, and then looked for my contact information. Seeing my emergency contact, he sneered. He dialed a number. What's wrong, Nico? On the other end of the line came the gentle voice of Felix Johnny, my fiancé. Just as I was about to speak, one of the bodyguards covered my mouth tightly, preventing me from making a sound. You're Nico's fiancé, aren't you? George spoke coldly with a hint of disdain in his tone. Who are you? Felix sounded obviously nervous. George faced me directly and said provocatively, I'm her ex-boyfriend. But don't worry, I'm married now and I'm not interested in her. Felix was silent for 2 seconds before he asked, then why did you call me? Nothing serious. I just want to tell you something about your fiancé. Her private life was very messy. She often dated another man behind my back. I